Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is your daily go-getter, mission number 865 for February 14, 2017. All right, so tonight I want to talk to y'all about that prescription pill life, living that prescription pill life. Now, I'm not talking about being a drug addict, not necessarily, but actually being controlled by the pharmaceutical industry. There are a lot of us out here that are controlled by the pharmaceutical industry, and what an evil industry it is. I don't think that when we don't understand it, we don't see how serious of an industry that it is, how wicked of an industry that it is, how devious of an industry that it is, how controlling of an industry that it is, how diabolical that it is, how ruthless that it is. And what makes it all of those things is the fact that it's controlling our health. It has everything to do with our health, and we're dealing with something that we think is doing us really, really good, when in reality it's controlling so much of our money, and it's really serving nothing but the interests of those who wish to become billionaires and remain billionaires at the expense of our health. Man. So basically we have a bunch of sick people who are trying to get well, and they're using pills in order to try to achieve their health. And because of the way that the industry is set up, they're never ever going to achieve health by popping pills. We go to the doctor and we explain what our symptoms are, or we get tested to find out what's wrong with us, and we get offered a prescription or treatment for whatever condition that may apply to us, and we think that these prescriptions are going to really, really do some good things for us, and then we find out, or we never find out, that we have paid for our own demise through our insurance. I mean, it's really, really crazy. Through our insurance, we wind up paying for our own demise, while we think that we're helping ourselves. And the doctors are all wrapped up into this thing. But and I'm just giving you the long and short of it. The pharmaceutical industry, makes all of these pills, every year, and millions of people take these pills that are put out by the pharmaceutical industry, and we think that those pills are doing something good for us, when in reality they're not. We're doing nothing but playing ourselves, or stretching out a condition that we suffer from, instead of actually curing it. None of the pills that we ever see will ever serve to cure us, because it can't. All right, let me explain this to y'all real quick. If you can get your body in an alkaline state, as far as your pH concerned, that means that you have achieved optimal health. That means that you're not sick. You can ward off all types of diseases and conditions or whatever. It means that between that 6.5 range and 7.5 range pH level, if you can get your health within that range, then you are in perfect health. You don't have to worry about any sicknesses, any ailments, any syndromes, any conditions, nothing. You are good to go, 100% healthy. Well, the pills that they make in the pharmaceutical industry are only rated up to 6.0. That's half a point shy of optimal health. So you can never get all the way into the alkaline range by taking these pills. And they understand the whole alkaline versus acidic part of your body's makeup. They understand that. They understand that. And that's why they make the pills, so that you will never get into that perfect range. And I mean, none of the pills will ever get you into that perfect range. Zero. Now, if that doesn't sound like a plan to you, Well, then I have more. All right. The more of it is they get your doctors involved in this. I was looking up some things about chemotherapy today, and it's staggering the way, we have all of these people out here getting cancer, and it's largely due to the food that we eat. And they were explaining about how chemotherapy works. It's supposed to kill off your cancerous cells and leave your good cells in good position, sort of like weed killer. So you know how like you spray weed killer, and it's not supposed to kill your flowers and your plants, but it's supposed to kill the weeds. Well, chemo doesn't do a very good job at that. It just kills everything. Goes in there and kills everything. The worst part about it is that it doesn't work. They did a study. Over 12 years of people who received chemotherapy steadily for 12 years straight. 12 years straight. And there was a 97% failure rate of everyone who took chemotherapy consistently. 97% failed. So that means that they got sicker and died. The chemo didn't work. So you have to ask yourself, why do you continue to use chemotherapy? Why would anybody submit to that? Well, one of the reasons is we trust our doctors. We think that our doctors are trying to help us and that they're trying to help us live, especially with this devastating disease that we have gotten. But in all reality, that's not the way it works. Nobody's trying to help us with anything. We pretty much signed our death sentence once we start receiving chemotherapy. But the doctor makes a lot of money from the chemotherapy. He buys the chemo pills for a certain amount, and he sells them to you for a profit, and then the insurance company pays him. So he comes out on top. But meanwhile, you come down on the bottom. And when I say the bottom, I mean underground, because it doesn't work and you wind up dying. But you die trying and you die buying. You die buying and you die trying. You die buying the chemo and you die trying to get cured. But it won't work. People that have made it through cancer have not been cured through chemotherapy. Maybe 3%. 3%? Come on, that's not going to cut it. So, I hate to make doctors look bad, but they've made themselves look bad because they know better. They know that the chemo doesn't work. They've seen the statistics. So with all these other prescription drugs that we use for blood pressure, heart medication, diabetes, cholesterol. We're just going to be on these pills for the rest of our lives until we take control over our lives the way we're supposed to. Just like I told y'all a couple of videos before, the medicine is in the food, but the poison is in the food too. If we keep eating the poisonous food, then we're going to have to keep taking these medicines, and we're on our way to nowhere but ruin. The same way as if we eat the right foods and we refuse to take these medicines, then we'll be cured. Cured, not treated, but cured. Have you noticed that you never hear these doctors ever talk about cures? They only talk about treatments. They never ever talk about cures because they know that the methods that they are taking in order to try to cure you aren't authentic and they're not real. And here's another thing. The pharmaceutical industry does not want you to choose a naturopathic way of trying to treat yourself because they can't patent it. See, they can patent all of those pills, and that's how they make money. They can patent it and they can monopolize the pills. They can't do that with fruits and vegetables. They can't do that. There's no way that they can patent the treatment. So they don't want that. Plus, they don't want you to live anyway. Because then, once you start curing diseases, you stop paying for pills. And they don't want that. So this prescription life. Listen, y'all don't have to live. I mean, y'all don't have to listen to me. Many of y'all looking at this video knowing that there are a bunch of pills right there on y'all desk that y'all want to take right after y'all watch this video. Wouldn't you want to repair that? Now, I'm not saying that you need to go cold turkey and stop your medications right now, because I know that that's not possible for most of you. But if I were you, I would start devising a plan to wean myself off and to start doing the right things. Go to YouTube, look up organic living, look up naturopathy, look up natural cures, natural remedies. You know, look them up. Go to Amazon.com, look up, go to the book section and find out ways to help you live, to really help yourself live. Alkaline water, things like that. You know, let's get on the road to recovery and leave this prescription life behind. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, this prescription life that we're living is going to get us nowhere. All it's going to do is treat us like slaves. And it doesn't care whether you're black or white or Latino or Asian or whatever. If you don't want to take charge of your health, then you're putting your health in the hands of somebody else. So they essentially become your guide. And if you make another person who's concerned about your money your guide, then they essentially become your maker. So they will giveth your life and taketh your life away. Don't let them do that. Tomorrow night on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, tomorrow night, the 15th of February, tomorrow night we talk about, at least y'all didn't have kids together. So we talking about when you break up with somebody, when you end a relationship, when y'all been together for a long time, and all kinds of hearts have been broken, feelings have been in it. It's just been a bad situation. And the best thing that somebody can give you out of it is like, at least y'all didn't have no kids together. Does that make you feel better? Is that supposed to be your consolation prize? Is that good? What if you wanted to have children with them? Is that going to make you feel good that you didn't? Normally we say at least y'all didn't have no kids together, because that will make it seem like, well, at least y'all don't have any reason to try to get back with each other or have to deal with each other. Y'all can go y'all separate ways and everything will be okay. All right, I understand that to a certain degree, but it may not cut the mustard, and that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Because what if children weren't an issue? What if it was just your heart at stake? It's going to be a hot show tomorrow. Make sure y'all get with it. At least y'all don't have any kids together. Tomorrow night on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. 8:30 tomorrow night, February 15th, on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, 8:30 p.m. Call in number 319-527-6199. Just like the Daily Go Getism show every day at 6 a.m. blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. Peace. Make sure y'all get with it tomorrow night. It's gonna be